Look, Gina, when you've been to as many cup finals as us, I mean, this is our third in 3 seasons, you don't need to wear a suit anymore.
You look scruffy.
What do you mean I look scruffy for a cup final? No. I mean, I'm over it now. I don't need to put the suit on for the finals because, I mean, we've won it anyway, pretty much.
At least put a tie on.
At least put a tie on? Okay, I can do that for you, Gina, just because you've asked so nicely.
See you later.
Alright, I'll see you at the stadium. See you later. That's right, it's cup final day. I think this is what Gina meant when she said put a tie on. Just put a tie on. Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's cup final. It's the Betfred Cup final again. We won it last season. We're in the final once again against Celtic, hoping for a third trophy in 3 years. We've also got an important game coming up against Riga in the Europa Conference League as well. We'll talk more about that in a moment's time. First things first, I want to say welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Sorry there was no video yesterday. Just didn't have time to get one out with this mad week that's going on for me at the moment. Next week's much more quiet, so videos out every day for that one. But it's just been a big week so far. But of course, as it is cup final day, we'd hugely appreciate it if you guys could drop a like on today's video for me and leave a comment down below telling me what you think the score prediction is going to be. I also want to say, please do subscribe to the channel. As I'm recording this, I think we're about 30 subscribers away from 22,000. So if we could get that over the line, that would be fantastic. So let's get things started then. You guys were last here for the Cup semi-final against Hamilton. We won that one 2-1, which was great. Since then, we've played pretty well for the most part. Not lost the game, obviously, which is good, but we've made difficult work of things for ourselves, definitely. A 3-3 draw with Fiorentina was, I guess, a good result. Fiorentina are a decent team away from home too, so I guess I was pretty pleased with that one. But I wasn't quite so pleased with the 1-1 draw with Rangers. I mean, it's a draw. We didn't let them take points off us, but we need to take the points off Rangers this season. So a little upset to draw that game with them. We then had to rely on another last-minute goal. So many times this season, we've had to rely on last-minute winners. And again, Kilmarnock, Shankton scoring him a 92nd minute to secure the 2-1 victory. Not quite so needy for a last-minute goal against Krasnodar as we won 3-0 and a 1-0 win against Hearts as well with Fab McRae scoring in the 37th minute. But we did have to get a 95th minute winner in a 4-3 victory over Morton in the league. What it means for the league table is that actually we leapfrog Rangers, as Rangers have been in terrible form. We drew with them, but they have just been... They lost every single game almost. I mean, it's quite disappointing actually. We're the only team that didn't beat them in November. That maybe says something about us. I'm rather upset about that. But obviously a lot of these games as well were Champions League games and Betfred Cup games. But a loss to Celtic, a loss to Hibs in the league there as well. They've dropped points in the league. And as it stands right now, although they do have a game in hand on us, even if they win it, we will still be 5 points clear of them, which is a great position to be in. We're currently 3 points behind Celtic, so fingers crossed we can beat them in the Cup today and then use that momentum to beat them in the league later on in the season. In terms of our Europa League group, the win over Krasnodar meant that we topped our group. No one can overtake us. I think we've got a better head-to-head record against Fiorentina, or we must do. I'm not entirely sure how, but we must do because we drew both games with them. Maybe it's on away goals because we scored 3 away from home. They scored 1 at our place. I can't quite remember. I'm not too sure. But we have qualified first in our group, as that little Q1 says there. So we go straight through into the second knockout round of the Europa Conference League. So this is all very good news, right? Very good news. Something bad has to happen at some point, right? And something bad might be about to happen in January. As, where is he? I can't find... Ben Knight. There he is. So... we love him. He's fantastic. He has been phenomenal the past 2 seasons. Contract. Offer new contract. He doesn't want to sign a new contract with us because of interest being shown elsewhere. And the interest being shown elsewhere, if we can find him again, where is he? Ben Knight, there he is. He is wanted by Villa and Celtic. Celtic I'm not worried about. We can just keep rejecting bids there. Villa I am worried about because they are a foreign club from England. And in his contract, he's got a £15 million release fee clause to foreign clubs. Not ideal. Perhaps I should have offered him the new contract earlier on in the season, but I think he's always kind of wanted to leave because clubs have always been interested. We had to reject some bids in summer for him of about £12 million or so. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen coming in January. Hopefully clubs don't offer £15 million. We really want to keep him, but if we are going to lose him, £15 million is a lot of money for the club. So it's not the worst case scenario, but I would be scared to lose him. I want to keep him at the club, and we need to get him on a new contract. But to do that, we need clubs to lose interest in him. So ideally, what we need is him to get a month-long injury through January, so then he can't pass any medicals. Maybe that's the best option we've got. But news articles are all over it. They're talking about it constantly now, which is getting me a bit nervy and a bit hot under the collar. But Ben Knight might not be here much longer, that's all I'll say. We should also hold a team meeting before this cup final as well, so let's talk to the team about the upcoming cup finals to try and ease expectations a little bit, because of course Celtic are predicted to win, right? Let's ease expectations on them. Everyone's hyping the game up because it's a cup final, but I just don't want you guys to pay attention to it. It's another game as far as we're concerned, and I think they should be happy with that. I'm going to press it. I mean, most players look encouraged or content. Shankland, Romero and Tammet-Lumpa look let down. I mean, Shankland's offended. Shankland. Okay, I'm going to say it's not the overall reaction I was hoping for, but I'm pleased with those of you who have agreed with me, which is most of the team. For the most part, morale has stayed the same. So, I mean, that was a bit of a pointless exercise, wasn't it? Now, heading into this game, we do have another big injury to Anthony Gordon. He just keeps picking up the injuries that take him out for a month or so at a time. This time, it's a hamstring strain, so he's going to miss this game and a few crucial ones before the winter break, which is frustrating. Harry Storm also with sprained knee ligaments, so he won't be playing in today's cup final either. So, big player in Gordon that we are missing. Hopefully, Ethan Ross will do well on the left-hand side, but we do need to get someone better than Ethan Ross. And maybe try and sign someone better than Anthony Gordon, but I'm not sure we can do that because Anthony Gordon is so good. But we just need some more cover on that left-hand side for when this sort of thing does happen. So this is the lineup for the cup final. Bazunu starts in goal with a backline of Divine, Herrera, Suva and Torres. Ferguson and Tammet-Lumpa through the middle. Ethan Ross on the left as we spoke about. Knight on the right, and then Hanratty and Shankland up front today as Nisbet is coming back from a knock that he sustained in training at some point. So he's not quite fully fit, as you can see from his heart there. But we might bring him on at some point if we need him. Probably will need him at some point. So here we go, cup final day. Very excited for this one. Fingers crossed we can get another one over the line and win some more silverware for Aberdeen. Our third trophy in 3 seasons. Obviously it's our 4th season right now, but in the last 3 seasons it would be our 3rd trophy, which is very impressive for me. So hopefully we can get the job done. Fingers crossed, because obviously the more silverware we win, the more reputation we get, and that makes it better. I mean, I'll be honest, a comedy of errors there. I'm not quite sure what Bazunu was doing running out nowhere near the ball, but how Celtic didn't score from that was mental. But as Batshuayi is put forward for Celtic, a good challenge there from Suva at the back as he clears it. Is that all the highlight was? That was all the highlight was, apparently. Celtic having the better of the game so far in the opening 25 minutes, but it's pretty tight, pretty close still. And I think that we should be able to edge the game out. We're lacking a little bit going forward, obviously, not having Nisbet or Anthony Gordon in the lineup. However, we still have players good enough, I reckon, to get the job done. As Wagyu puts the ball across the middle, and Chan still can't put it in the back of the net. By the look of things, though, Tammet-Lumpa might have taken a bit of a knock in that first half and being told to take him off the pitch because his energy is quite low. You can see down there, he's not looking great, to be fair. So I'm going to thrash my arms, far from pleased from what I've just seen, and I think we'll take Tam off for Lavia, just to see how he performs better. First highlight of the second half, though, less than a minute into it, and Suva with a good clearance from the corner, but only as far as Christie, who puts it into the middle, and it's cleared out from the back, but only as far as Wagyu, who pumps it forward to Batshuayi, who's surely offside there. Surely offside. He is offside, definitely. But what's my phone doing? Buzz. It's telling me that Celtic have scored a goal, but then they're telling me that it's been disallowed. That's right, One Football are the sponsors of today's video, the best football app out there to keep up to date with all of the football news and scores from around the world. And they also like to keep you up to date with all of the VAR decisions, just like that one as well. It's pretty decent and very quick for it as well. Really quick to announce everything, quicker than any other app out there. So I use One Football all the time. Massively think it's the best app out there. So would massively appreciate it if you guys could download it from the top line of the description for absolutely free to help me and the channel out. I'll be honest, I was getting nervy. There'll be no goals in this game. And then that whole integration will be a bit like, oh, when's it going to happen? It's just not going to happen. So good job there was like an offside goal in there to get it in. You've got to get the integrations in somehow. Wagyu coming forward, though, looking for Bazunu with a huge save there. I'll be honest, Celtic probably deserve this. On the balance of play right now, they probably deserve this. I think we've had 1 shot. 2 shots now. We are not really doing well connecting from the front to the back by the looks of things, but Celtic are just effective, right? They are the best team in the league. They are absolutely superb, and that's a great ball forward, and Bazunu once again pulling off a great save. We need to make some tactical changes, though. Once this corner sort of does something, Bazunu collects it, right? Easy. Tactical changes. We need to make Ben Knight an inverted winger on attack. We need Hanratty maybe to drop a little deeper, maybe as a false 9 a little bit more, just to get in a little more. And then we'll have Lavia as an advanced playmaker on attack. But who's not playing well out there? Most players, to be fair. Reece Devine not in the best of games. Brian Baltier will come on instead for him. And Shanklin having a poor game. Nisbet, I know he's injured and tired. We'll bring him on instead, see if he can finish some shots. So hopefully those little tweaks might just bridge the attack, midfield and defence a little better. But as the clock ticks on, we're still not having any more shots or anything like that. So demand more. We might go on to attacking mentality as well. Although the counter-attack is coming. Lavia into Hanratty. Hanratty is brought down for a penalty. Oh, that is big. Who's taking it? I think it's Ferguson. Ferguson takes it. Come on, Fergie. Come on, Fergie. Come on, I mean, that's it. That was the game-winning shot. I think it was saved. I think I just saw the ball fly over the bar. I think it was saved. If it was, fair play, good save. But here comes Celtic now. Here's the goal to win the tournament for them. I mean, they've hit the... basically, they've just gifted us a chance to win the whole thing. They've been atrocious coming forward. They've had so many chances that they can't finish. And now is it extra time? Thrash the arms and far from pleased. Can we make more subs in extra time? I feel like we need to get Ferguson off. Get him off. Let's bring Alan Campbell on. We can make an extra sub. That's fine. Right, we'll do that. Alan Campbell in the middle. This is not great for Nisbet, who's really not up for playing like a long time. I thought he might come off the last 20 minutes or so. Hanratty, though, finding some space. Can he get the ball into Ben Knight? Ben Knight's shot, though, not the best, and we have to make the best of those opportunities when we get them, because not many are coming our way. And instead, here comes a Carlos Vinicius goal from a free kick. You can see it coming already. Oh, side netting. I thought that rippled in. No, side netting there, as Celtic still can't score. It looks like this might go down to penalties. Let's go a bit more attacking as well. I've meant to do it earlier on, but I was in shock after that penalty miss. A bit more attacking. Let's shout demand more. Ben Knight is now injured. Okay, now this... Oh, we can't make any more subs. That's annoying. Okay, well, down to 10 men for the final 10 minutes. Right, hear me out here. I hope he's out until the 1st of February, so then he can't... Hanratty scored! It doesn't matter! Where's that come from? It was Herrera, not Hanratty. Herrera gets the goal, the defender, the centre-back. What? This came from nowhere. Ethan Ross nods it down. Herrera just smacks it as hard as he can. Despite everything, we are 1-0 up in this cup final. I was about to say as well, I hope Ben Knight is out injured until February, so then he won't be able to pass a medical at other clubs, and then we don't have to sell him, and then we can keep hold of him and try and get on a new contract. Campbell, oh no, don't do this to me, Celtic. Not right. Bazunu again. Bazunu is just so good. Well, I'll tell you what, this was not expected. When I saw that we had like 4 shots in the entire game, Celtic coming forward, I thought it was going to penalties. Herrera, just out of nowhere, absolute nowhere, Herrera scores that. And it's another Betfred Cup victory for us. We are just the cup maestros in the... We can't do it in the league. Unfortunately, we can't do it in Europe. We can do the cups. The cups are fantastic. You love to see it. And here are the team lifting that trophy above their heads once again. There we go. All the flares, all the confetti. What a game. I can also take this tie off now as well. Get that off me. Don't need it anymore. So let's then So, we've won the Cup, fantastic stuff. Rangers beat Dundee United, so they are 5 points behind us. We've all played 15 games now, so hopefully we can keep them behind us in the league table. In terms of the news then, Tyson Brown has picked up an injury on loan at Montrose. He's out for 8 weeks. We're not too worried about that one right now. It's this Ben Knight injury. How long's he out for? 1 to 3 days. Why do you have to come off the pitch for that? Bloody wet wipe. Doesn't matter though, because we still won the Betfred Cup, which is fantastic. And of course, that's all good news. Herrera with the goal there. What a boy. 9 headers. It won 100% of his headers. 5 of them key headers. Superb defensive display and superb attacking display. 6 finishing. That volley looked like he had 20 finishing. We do though have a few days off before this Riga game, so we'll rest, recuperate, recover, get out for Riga, and because we've already qualified from the group first, we might rotate the lineup quite a bit. It's also Friday today, isn't it? It's Friday. So this weekend, it's the streamer showdown. So uploads this weekend will be earlier on in the day as opposed to the usual 8 PM sort of slots. So probably like 5 or 6, if not quite decided yet. But the streamer showdown, I'll be live like 6:45 both Saturday and Sunday night for that one. Would hugely appreciate it if you guys could come along to support. Links down in the description to the Twitch channel. We've also got the youth intake preview, which apparently is going to be a real golden generation for the club. That's interesting. We do have a new youth development man I hope we do. Do we? Yeah, we do have a new head of youth development coming in this season. Or is he new? Yeah, he is new. He is new. He came from Motherwell. We got rid of the old one because I wasn't too pleased with the last youth intake, although it did turn out pretty good in the end, actually, after they got into the club and got a bit of training under their belt, which is nice. But this is the new head of youth development. He's resolute, which is a good personality. He's good working with youngsters. His judging ability and potential is decent. Coaching could be a little bit better and things like that. And of course, it'd be nice if he was actually Brazilian to get some Brazilian wonder kids in there and stuff like that. But I do like this head of youth development. I think he's pretty decent. And of course, if you actually want to know more about picking a really good head of youth development, I did a video on it not too long ago. So link on top of the screen right now. So heading into this game then, because it doesn't really matter too much, I want to rotate a lot. So I want to be playing Vontae Daly-Campbell at right back. And because they've not played much actually, I want to get Jason Kerr on the left-hand side, and I want to bring on Suter to the right-hand side of the pitch, and then we'll also bring on Brian Portier at left back. Ferguson will swap over with Alan Campbell for this one, but I do want to keep playing Tam McLumper because I think he needs the game time. Ben Knight, we can't really take off the pitch because we've got no one else to sort of play there, although apparently Lavia and Thad McRae can play there. So let's put Thad McRae on the right-hand side. Ross has to stay on the left-hand side because no one else can really play there. But we'll take Shankland off for, where is he? Oh, Harry Storm's not quite fit enough to play yet. So what we'll do then is put Thad McRae up front, and then Shankland comes off for Lavea, who can play on the right-hand side. A nicely rotated team there. I think that's pretty decent. Let's go to the game. So it's quite nice heading into this final group stage game, knowing that, you know, we're top of the group whatever happens. It's quite nice. There's no pressure on us. We can just enjoy our game, have a good time out there, and start thinking about maybe trying to win this. I feel like we're a bit too far away from winning anything in Europe just yet. I mean, it'd be great to win it, but we've seen in the past few seasons we've been knocked out to other teams. Obviously, Sevilla knocked us out last season. They are a much better team than us, right? A much better team. Montpellier, a couple seasons before that, knocked us out, as well as Thad McRae scores a fantastic goal there. Superb from him. I know Montpellier don't sound so good, but I was doing a little look into the finances on this, of like, you know, the general turnover of clubs, and they were like a top 50 club in terms of turnover in Europe. So they're obviously very good. And it comes to money. They can pay their players a lot. They can bring lots of players in. So Montpellier are probably better than we gave them a bit of credit for a few seasons ago. But saying that, we've topped a group with Fiorentina and Krasnodar on it. And they are very good teams. Like, Fiorentina are, I'd argue, one of the best teams in Europe, essentially. So I think that we've done really well. It shows our improvement and how well we've done, as Campbell's shot is saved. Thad McRae, what a great double save that was from the Riga keeper. I know we shouldn't be applauding him, but, I mean, fair play. That was a great double save. So as much as I'd like to go on to win this competition, and I think there's potential for us to do it, I don't know. It's just difficult, especially when teams come down from the Europa League. If we look at the groups right now, like Ludogorets and that team I can't pronounce, I reckon we could beat them. Ideally, that shouldn't have gone to half-time then, so I could go through the whole sort of list of things. But we can go back on it in a second. And actually, we'll probably look after the game. It's probably easier to look after the game to see who's gone through. We'll look at the other Scottish teams as well to see how they've done as well. I think Kilmarnock have done pretty well, actually. We can look at them now. They're down here somewhere. Kilmarnock. They come second in their group. So they go to the first knockout round, but they've got through their group with Fenerbahce, Slovan Bratislava and Rio Ave, who knocked out Hamilton in the qualifying round. So Kilmarnock have done phenomenally well. So well done, Kilmarnock. They'll be joining us in the knockouts. And actually, we don't need to talk about Rangers because I know already that Rangers have finished bottom of their Champions League group with, I think, 1 point to their name. They've not done very well at all, but they were in a group, I think, with Barcelona and Inter Milan, and I can't remember who the third team was, but Rangers not doing quite so well, so they're out of all competitions. They won't be in the Europa League or the Champions League. And then, I think I said a few episodes ago, Celtic qualified for the Champions League. They didn't. They got knocked out that final Champions League qualifying round. So they go into the, what's it called? Europa League instead. But I think they've topped their Europa League group. This game has gone by ridiculously quickly. I didn't even realise how quickly it had gone. Luckily, we didn't make changes because it's a whole rotated team anyway. But we've won 1-0. That's a great result for us. You love to see it. So £173,000 for winning that one, and then nearly £300,000 for finishing top of our group, which is fantastic. The finances then are looking like this. £7.7 million in the bank. You love to see it. Projection-wise, it's going down to £2 million at the end of the season. Not so good. Maybe we do need to sell Ben Knight. But as we can see, the teams qualifying, Ludogorets and this team I can't pronounce from Croatia, Borussia Mönchengladbach and Spartak Moscow, they're both going to be very difficult. Athletic Bilbao and Bohemians, I feel like Athletic Bilbao are going to be difficult if we come up against them at some point. Rio Ave and Kilmarnock, our backers against both of those, I reckon. Standard Liège and Sarajevo. Liège will be good. Norwich will be good as well. And that team from Norway will be decent as well. And then right down at the bottom, Rijeka and RZ. Like, it is difficult. Like, I backers against a lot of these teams. Maybe not Mönchengladbach and Spartak Moscow. But I think we can do well. And I don't want to say we could win it, but I think we could maybe win it. In terms of the Europa League, Celtic actually finished second in their group behind Villarreal. So they stay in the Europa League, which obviously is good for the coefficient points there. But looking at the teams who came third, could they drop into the Europa Conference League first knockout round? We go to the second knockout round, but there's a good chance most of these teams will end up winning the first knockout round. So we could come up against a Bordeaux, a Young Boys, a Panathinaikos, an AEK. Where are these guys from? Cyprus. I've not come across them before, but that team from Cyprus doing very well for themselves. Galatasaray, Werder Bremen, Steaua Bucharest and Karabag. To be fair, our backers against some of them. Maybe not like a Werder Bremen or... actually, maybe I would back us against most of them. I'm excited to see who we get. We do have to wait a long time for it because the second knockout round is not probably until like late February, March time. If we press continue, it might start to tell us when that is. Yes, it's now in the calendar for late March, which is a long time to wait for it. I was about to suggest playing that next episode, but there's no chance I've got enough time to play all of these games before tomorrow and stuff like that. So I think tomorrow we'll come back probably at the end of January, maybe Kilmarnock and Rangers, so we can maybe talk about some January transfer stuff if anything's happened in January. I'm not planning on buying anyone, but if Ben Knight gets sold, then I might have to plan on doing that. So we'll do probably Kilmarnock and Rangers next episode and then come back on Sunday for who we get in the second knockout round. So thank you so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.